topic, what we don't know. What we don't know. I have this tendency to start speaking to people as if they were right in the middle of my line. Like right in the middle of my line, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And I just start talking, and they're like, I'm sorry, catch me up? Wait, where you at? Where did you start? Oh, sorry. And I got to back up. I was talking about, and I have a tendency to assume, and you know what that means, that everyone has similar experiences, or that an experience that we do have a similar experience, that we got the same thing from that experience. That is moronic. It's crazy. But I just go there, oh yeah, we did this, that, and the other thing. Well, let me stop you right there. That did not happen for me. It may have happened for you, didn't happen for me. So what we don't know is about assuming, making assumptions about where people are. That because we are in a particular place in our minds or hearts and in our story, that they are in the same place. And they are not, necessarily. They could be, but we can't assume that they are. And so we just want to speak with people, understanding that everybody is not where you are, and it's okay. And if someone stops and goes, my sister did this, and I shared this with you many times, stop telling that story. That's your story. That's not my story. Stop telling that story like it's our story. It's not. It's yours. And so that was a real wake-up call for me to realize that I did that a lot. And so I have this good friend, and I've talked about him a lot. I've gone to Thailand and do a lot of things with him. I just went to Washington, I think it was this year in June, where we did what we do. We generally come together with a whole lot of friends, and we have fundraisers, and we do things for the local community. And we do this once a year. And he was talking to me about his second wife, not the wife he has now, Pam. She's a wonderful woman. But he was talking about another wife that he had, Zenobia. And he was and apparently she must have passed away, because he was reflecting on what he did or did not do for her, and how he may or may not have allowed himself to learn from her, and all the mistakes he thinks he made. And I said, first of all, I know you, and you're a good person. You do what you can where you are. And many times we will reflect back on a situation and be down on ourselves, think, I didn't do all that I could. I didn't say what I needed to say. Whatever, all the negative things that we assign to our lives. But because that person's not here, you can't actually ask that person that, can you? You're just making assumptions. You don't know how they may have felt about a situation you're bringing up in your own mind. It's not necessarily how they felt about it. They may have felt, not shared with you how you uplifted them during a particular point in their life. They may not have shared that with you. People are very good at sharing what you don't do well. People are not as good with sharing with you what you did do well for them. And they just hold it and enjoy it and love it and all that, but don't necessarily say, oh, and by the way, thank you for thinking of me, for sharing something, for gifting me with something, whatever it is. We're just not that good at that. We're really lean towards the negative for some reason. I don't know if it's a survival skill, that we look at negatives because we don't want to go down that path again. It just kind of spare us from those kinds of things, where we don't actually look at what was good for us. But what I shared with him, and what I'm sharing with you all now, is that we are where we are. We cannot be where someone else is. Unless they bring us into it and share with us, here's where I am right now. And very few people are that reflective in their own lives to know where they are, to know why they feel the way they feel, to know that they're actually feeling bad about something or feeling good about something, or just sitting there and saying, how am I feeling right now? I was talking with someone this morning, and they were saying how, they're ready to go, they're ready to do something forward, they don't really know what's the next step, and sometimes you don't. And so you have to sit there in the midst of not knowing, which we want to know, what's next, and be okay, and know that Spirit is going to bring you what's next. And whatever is next may have someone involved or something involved that's not ready yet. So we'll not share that with you until everything is in place. And then Spirit will say something, and you think, oh, of course. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, it makes perfect sense when he reveals it to you. But it would not have made perfect sense if he revealed it to you earlier. because there was no way to back that up. There was nobody here, no God self here to share that with you. Okay? So the point that I'm trying to make is what we don't know. We just make the natural assumption. It's not a negative. I'm not getting down on you. I'm telling you that this is how we are. We have to be. We have to know what we're thinking, and we make assumptions, which aren't correct, that everybody that we're talking to knows what we're talking about, has that set of experiences that we're referring to, and they don't always. So it's okay. Sometimes we get upset when someone says, what are you talking about? Like you're just going on and just sharing and just really into the moment and think, I'm sorry, what? What is this experience you're talking about? Was I there? I do that a lot. Somebody will share something with me and I'm like, really? Was I there? What was it? Really? Yes, you were there. It was blah, blah, blah. They have to catch me all up. Oh, yeah. That's right. You're right. I was there. What did I do now? Anyway. So this is, it's just not about, it's not about you being right or wrong. It is about awareness. To me, that's what life is about. One of the many things life is about is being aware. Aware of you, aware of others around you, aware of what's going on, and it's not always about you. That's okay. But what I do know, love is the highest answer. So whatever you're doing and whoever you're talking to and whatever it's about, bring your whole heart to it. Your heart will not misguide you. Just bring your whole heart into it. Even if they're not responsive yet, they'll feel it, and you will know that you haven't just spoken from your mind. You haven't just spoken from what you think ought to be. You have spoken from a place of love, and love will always guide you. So you don't have to worry so much about what we don't know or what we do know. What I am saying is whatever you're doing, bring love with you to the table. Right? And what does that look like? It looks like no judgment. It looks like I'm right here with you in the moment. So I'm listening more than talking. We love to talk. I'm a minister for that reason. I love to talk. Ooh, can you believe that? I don't know. I always have an opinion. But you don't have to be a minister to do that. Most of us do have opinions, and most of them share it. That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. But what I do as a minister, and just as who I am, is that whatever I'm sharing, it's the question that's in my mind all the time is what's highest and best here? What's highest and best here? Do I need to say what I'm so anxious to say? What I want to share with you? Do I actually need to say that? Is that going to bring out highest and best for me and for them? Many times it won't. Many times it won't because they're not necessarily ready to hear what you have to say. It's a place they're going, but haven't necessarily gotten there yet. And so the question you might be asking yourself is, how do you know? How do you know whether to say something or speak something out to someone? And the only way you're ever going to know, for sure, is to always have love in front of you. Love will quiet you down. Love will say, shut up now. That's enough talking. Or remind them how you feel about them. I love you. I know you can do this. I have every confidence that you can do this, whatever this is. That's what love says, right? Love doesn't say, are you sure about that? Because that's not been my experience. Well, it's not your experience that they're going through. It's theirs. And so what you're going to assure them when you're speaking to people, and even to yourself, is that God, love, is here with you now and will guide you. Be assured of that. We can all say that to anyone at any time. So that's what I tell my friend. You are love incarnate. You always do the best you can with love in your heart. And if they misunderstood you, that's not yours to do. And if you did say something that bothered them and they let you know about it, so don't assume that you did say that. But if they let you know about it, then you can apologize. How hard is it to apologize to someone? Apparently pretty hard. Because you feel like you're admitting that you did something wrong. That's not what thank you. She said, no, you're not admitting that you're doing something wrong. You're admitting and owning that you may have hurt them, and that's not my intention. You're apologizing for the hurt they're feeling from you. I see a frown going on. But because you don't, well, my sister said to me, stop telling that story. I was telling the story about how we all love to travel and this and that, and I tell it all the time. I'm still telling it. And she hates for me to tell it because it's not true for her. It was true for me. And so when she said, stop telling that story, I could hear the energy from her. I could feel it. I could feel the energy from her that it was hurting her for me to tell it like it was her story. And please stop telling your story like it's mine. It's not mine. And I can apologize for that. Not for the story, it's my story, but for telling it like it was hers and seeing that it was hurting her. Because that's what we get to do. We're not saying that I did something wrong. What I'm saying is I did something that hurt you unawares. And I apologize for that. That was not my intention. Do you see the difference? You get that? You're not saying this is not a true story, or that I was wrong in telling this story. No, I apologize for hurting you. Unintentionally, doesn't matter. I apologize for hurting you. It's clearly that's what happened. So we can be with them and not be wrong. But even if we are wrong, how is that going to hurt you? To just admit, I was wrong telling that story that way. How does it hurt you? And how does it help someone else? It does. So this is what love can do. Love can let go of ego and see what's present now and be here now for the present moment. Okay? We don't always know, we get into situations, we're trying to help a loved one, someone's hurt, someone needs your advice, any number of things. We're not always confident that we know exactly what to say. But here's what I can tell you. If you let God speak through you, if you just stop for a second and just go, what's mine to do here? That is a question I ask myself all the time. What's mine to do here? And sometimes Spirit said, just be here. You don't have to say anything. What if you're just there, touching them, holding their hand? That sends a message that you're there and you love them. So sometimes the words don't need to be said. Your physical presence, it says that. And sometimes you'll ask Spirit, what's mine to do? And Spirit said, comfort them and let them know they'll be okay. And so do that. And again, this is why we talk a lot, all the time. I certainly talk a lot about your relationship with Spirit. Because in those moments, you don't want to begin a relationship with Spirit. You want to have one, right? You want to have one so that you can call on that relationship to guide you through in every single thing that you're doing, anytime, anywhere. That is the comfort to me. Just another story that I wanted to share with you is a story about me, because it's all about me. And but I want you to know that I'm the reason why I can speak so confidently is because I am here with you doing the same human stuff that you guys are doing. So I have this paradigm, this idea, this law inside of me about money. And my thought was, it's not there now, I've absolutely released it, but what I thought was that people only give you money because they want to control you. They only want to, pass over money to you and say, okay, Pjae, remember when I gave you that? Yes. Was there a bill due? Was that, right? And that is not the truth at all. That comes from someone who's never had money. So that's what didn't. That's not the case now. But what I know now, from my own self and my own giving and my own receiving too, because giving and receiving is two sides of the same coin. What I know now is that I give it because I want to. I'm thinking about things that I want to do when I go see my kids in California and all the things that I want to do that it takes money to do it. It's not the money, it's the things that we get to do together, the joy that we get to have. And money helps me to do that. Money isn't the thing. Money helps me do the thing that I want to do to show love for someone that I care for. That's what it is. But I had a whole different relationship with money prior to finally getting here. And I want to say finally getting here because paradigms and laws that you have that you don't even know you have in your heart, laws about money, laws about relationships, laws about love, we have all of these laws that we think this is how it's supposed to be. And until it stops working for you, actually probably has never been working, but until it definitively stops working for you, do you actually go back and look at there and think, what are my thoughts about this? Because whatever your thoughts are about this is what's pulling it to you, whatever your thoughts are. So if love is generous, love is kind, that's what you're drawing. If love is usury, people only say they love you because they want something from you, that's what you're going to get. Do you understand that? And that's not true. So what's true for you? That's why I wanted to bring that up. Because we have so many thoughts in our head. When I'm talking to somebody, they're already automatically coming from the exact same place that I'm coming from. No. They have a whole set of experiences that have brought them a whole different idea of what I'm talking about. And unless I explain it, or unless we've been together for a long time and they know who I am and how I bring things, and even some people will say, oh, no, she doesn't want anything from you from that. That's why she does that, just to give it to you. That's all that is. Oh, and I don't even think, oh, were they thinking that? Okay, good. So they've opened my eyes to some different things. It's a constant growing, it's a constant evolving of your life. Things that may be working for you at one point don't always work. And so to try to continue to have things work that are no longer working, that's just bumping your head against things. You are evolving and growing. And it's okay that something worked for you before is no longer working. You've come to a newer place for yourself because you have grown, because you have understood from a metaphysical, spiritual perspective that things worked a little bit differently. So I don't think about money that way anymore. And money flows to me from all kinds of sources. Why? Because every one of you are God. If God wants to bless me with something, it has to come from one of you. Yeah, has to. Not one of you in the room, just one of my other brothers and sisters. It has to. There's no place else for it to come. So we don't know what we don't know. And we don't know what the future holds. We go through our current life knowing what we think we know. We have to constantly be reflecting. And even when there's something that I knew was true for me, is it still true? That's a question I have to ask myself. That's a question you can ask yourself. Yes, that was true. Is it still true? Could be, maybe not. So we're constantly having to look at our lives and decide who we want to be and how what we know or what we think we know serves it or doesn't serve it. Serves it or doesn't serve it. So here's some action steps. I don't always give you some, but here are some today. You have to decide. Say yes, thank you, or no, thank you to whatever is coming your way for you. Say it for you, not because you think that they might want something from you, but because yes, you want it, or no, you don't. Just be firm about that, clear about that in your own mind. Thank you so much, but no, I don't care for that right now. Thank you so much. Yes, I will. Just be clear for you. It's not about the other person. They're already decided what they're going to do. Then you decide what you want to do for you. Okay? So just decide. And know that the universe is abundant. I know I've shared this with you before, and I'm going to do a really quick version of it. But and I just call it the Fabergé egg. The Fabergé egg I tell you about, that it was a dream that I had. And there's a beautiful Fabergé egg that was like a spaceship, and it just kept coming down. And I was on a field with a whole bunch of people, and the egg just kept coming out of this beautiful black sky filled with stars, and it hovered right above us, and it opened. And when the egg opened, it was like a shower of gifts. Gifts were everywhere, just showering over everybody in the stadium. And you could just, the one that came to you could just get the present and put it at your foot, get another one, put it at your feet, just, you know. And so I got a pile of gifts at my feet. And there's a woman next to me, and she only got like one or two, and she's looking at my gifts, and she's all pissed off. She's like, "You are taking too many gifts." I said, "Well, I'm taking the gifts that are coming my way, and you can do the same. So if you have a few gifts, it's because you're only receiving a few gifts. I have a lot of gifts because I'm open and I'm receiving those gifts." And so it was a metaphor for me. I said, oh, and that dream has always stayed with me. Gifts come your way all the time, from people, from places, from circumstances, from God, everywhere, from God in you. It's up to you to say yes to the gifts. If you don't have the gifts you want, it's because you're saying no. Just say yes. Just say yes. So that's what I want you to know. Just be open to the Fabergé egg that's coming your way. Take what's coming to you or not. Up to you. No, nothing bad's going to happen if you don't. It's just your decision. But the universe is abundant and always lifting you up. I'm just shocked at the different stages of my life, the gifts that keep coming. I'm like, really? More gifts? Yeah, because you've had experiences now that you're ready for the next set of gifts, right? As a kid, what gifts can you take? As a teenager, what gifts can you take? As a young adult, you see what I mean? What can you understand? As an older person, we were talking about how older people feel now, and I'm going to go ahead and call myself an older person. And I view life differently because of all the set of experiences that I've had, the mistakes I've made, the mistakes you've made. We can view life differently. So take the gifts that you want. That's your decision. What you want or do or think about life is your decision. It's nobody else's. We don't know what we don't know about other people's motivations. It's irrelevant what other people think. It's irrelevant. Just decide and take action from your heart. And that's all that matters. That's all that ever matters. So do what your heart's telling you, not what you think others may be thinking about. Doesn't matter. Just do what matters to you. What's motivating you. I have a couple of quotes that I want to give you from Brené Brown. The gifts of imperfection. Until we can receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, what do they want from me? We knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. Okay? So let it go. Just receive or don't. And from Alexander McCall, his book is Love Over Scotland, gracious acceptance is an art. It is an art. An art which most never bother to cultivate. We think that we have to learn how to give. But we forget about accepting things. It's actually much harder. It's so easy to give because you're the bigger person. It's much harder to receive. Oh, yes. You see how it feels to you to give, and you're denying that to someone else if you don't receive. Do you get that? So it's about accepting things, which can be harder, much harder than giving. Accepting another person's gift is allowing them to express their feelings for you. So we have to do that. Right? As much as we love to give, we have to also be able to accept. So that's what it is. We don't know what we don't know, and that's okay. But what we want to do is recognize that and speak to people from where we are, but also be open to the fact that we don't know everything about them, and they may want to share more with us than we think we know. So we're just going to be open to the love and the gifts from everyone, from others, as we're giving and sharing our gifts as well. Yeah? So it is.